Those warmer temps come in, all right. Well, you know what? Today is Fat Tuesday. In honor of Fat Tuesday, we're talking about how to get rid of that fat. And many devices promise to reduce fat, but none of them have the satisfaction rate, efficiency, safety record as Tumescent Liposuction. Dr. Susan Schroeder, dermatologist at Perfect Skin Dermatology, is here to tell us how it works. So thank you so much for coming today. Happy Fat Tuesday.
Yeah. Happy Fat Tuesday too. No more fat.
No more Fat Tuesday, right? So tell us the difference between regular liposuction and Tumescent and how it kind of differs.
Okay, so liposuction is performed using small cannulas, blunt cannulas that are tunneled through the skin and into the fat, and they remove tunnels of fat, and it's connected to a very powerful suction device. But with the Tumescent technique, which was developed about 10 years after regular liposuction in the mid-'80s, we use a local numbing medication that's infiltrated into the fat, enlarging that fat and allowing us to do it so much more safely with so much more much less, downtime.
Which is perfect, because when you think liposuction, you think giant bruises everywhere, you're sore, you know, you see those videos on Instagram where the doctors just really go in and it looks very rough.
And people are worried about the dangers of it too. Most people are completely safe, but it is a little bit more risky to do it under general anesthesia.
All right, so Tumescent is not under general anesthesia.
Yes, the true Tumescent is just local. You are sedated a little bit. We give you something to relax you, but you are awake, and we can stand you up and turn you around and make sure that there is nothing that's missed and that you're very even, and it's a really nice result.
Absolutely. And so what I hear with that is less money, because you're not under the general anesthesia. You don't need an anesthesiologist, right? So that also helps. So what are the areas that can be treated? Because when I think full body regular liposuction, I mean, you could do the full body. Is it the same with Tumescent?
You're really limited about what limits you, is how much anesthesia we can actually give you. When I say anesthesia, I'm talking about numbing medication. You could overdo that as well. So we just will do certain areas. But the areas that can be treated are, you know, the lower legs, the calves, the thighs, the hips, the abdomen. We can even reduce breast size with liposuction, with just tiny little incisions without the traditional,
Wow.
Yeah. Chin, cheek, and jowls, people that are heavy through here, this causes a really nice lift and some controlled fibrosis, so you really do have some tightening through here. And it's very little downtime. Most of my patients, if we do it on a Friday, they'll feel tired through the weekend, because this is surgery, even though you only have tiny little incisions. And you may feel somewhat tired when you go back to work on Monday, but it's, you know, you'll be a little tired, but you're really ready to go back and, you know, be in the regular world. You know what?
I'll feel a little tired for a banging body, you know?
Absolutely.
Especially before summer.
Just a couple of days, yeah.
But, you know, if someone wants to invest in something like this, it's not as expensive as they think, but are the results permanent?
They absolutely are permanent. Yes. You have 2 times in your life when you actually produce fat stores. And so if you're prone to gaining weight in the thigh area, for instance, we go in there and we tunnel and we remove some of those fat cells. I can't tell you that you're never going to gain weight again. If you don't exercise and you're not eating correctly, you're going to gain weight, but it's not going to be in the areas that we treat. Those fat stores are going to be permanently removed.
That is awesome. Maybe it'll get you to the gym feeling a little bit more confident, right? Because you've already shed some layers there, some inches. All right, so let's talk really quickly about the difference in anesthesia. We kind of mentioned it. You just put numbing medication underneath, right, that expand those fat cells.
Right, so it's actually in normal saline bags, kind of like IV bags that you might see in a hospital. And we dilute, we use anesthetics, and it's a connection of, not a connection, excuse me, it's a combination of lidocaine and epinephrine and something to make it less stingy as it goes in. And we infiltrate this into the fat, and it does blow it up temporarily, but we let it sit there. It's just like what we would use to do a skin biopsy, just a local anesthesia.
Oh, that's perfect. So that's how it could be less invasive, less expensive, which is amazing. So more affordable for everybody out there. And, you know, one question that we didn't get to was, how does it compare to the non-invasive methods? And I know we had talked beforehand about those the ones that freeze off or that heat it off, they just can't get the inches that you can, and that is not gonna, that could come back with liposuction. With Tumescent, it's definitely those fat stores are gone, right?
Most patients actually watch the container where the fat comes out because it's so satisfying to see that it's actually leaving your body.
Exactly. You could see how much weight you lost, right?
It is. And with the cannulas, we can be so much more precise. I mentioned we do ankles, we can sculpt arms. That's a little bit more difficult to do if you're using a machine. And this is a one-shot deal, all right? With those non-invasive machines, it's usually a number of treatments, and it ends up being about the same cost. Most liposuction procedures that we do in our office start at about $3,000.
Right.
Yeah, and most are under $6,000. So it's depends on how much we're removing and how many areas we're doing.
A lot more affordable, I think, than people think, especially when you're looking at cool sculpting or the heat. You're looking at spending the same because you have to do a series of 3 to 6. Well, doctor, I want to thank you so much for coming on this morning and educating us. We could get that perfect summer body here on Fat Tuesday. So for more information, you can go online to perfectskinderm.com.